are very excited about our next guest. It's comedian Jordan Klepper, the latest guest host of The Daily Show. That'll be starting tonight. You know Klepper from 2 decades of comedy, including as a contributor on The Daily Show, both with Jon Stewart and then with Trevor Noah. His field pieces have been viewed more than 100 million times, and that's what you get with interviews with vaccine skeptics and insurrectionists alike, a big range of people. And recently, Klepper spoke with supporters of former President Donald Trump who were outside the New York courthouse where Donald Trump was arraigned. Take a look and a listen.
While I had fun getting into the scrum, I was surprised to find there were people who wanted to have meaningful conversations about the justice system.
I don't believe what you're seeing is justice.
You don't believe in the grand jury process?
I don't believe if this was a civilian, it would...
I mean, he is a civilian. He's a person, a New York address. So he shouldn't go through the grand jury process.
I believe it should be dismissed.
Because
I'm going by a general gut feeling.
You could see the look on his face as he realized, I don't really have a reason.
I just like
than a feeling.
I no longer want to answer this question. So.
Yeah, I mean, we have a legal system in place, but Bill's gut seems as good as any.
He's got a feeling here, or maybe somewhere else on the body is where that feeling's come from. Okay, The Daily Show, Jordan Klepper joins us now. I didn't give you the proper introduction, so I wanted to.
Thank you.
So I looked into the camera. Jordan Klepper of The Daily Show.
As a host now this week, I can give you notes. Always find your camera. You've got to find where your camera is. The words are there. This is an easy job. It's not that hard.
I know. And if the prompter goes out, I mean, it becomes a state of nature really quickly. They flip the table. We're making fire. I'm sorry we have you in this chair, and now that you're an anchor, and not at the anchor desk over there.
Yeah, frankly, people seeing my legs makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah. So what did you learn, if anything, about the opinions on the Trump arraignment that you found outside the courthouse? What
and
can
did you
tell
see
us?
crying people? Donald Trump said he saw police officers and people that were crying and apologizing. Did you see any of that?
I saw very few weeping people outside the Trump indictment. I saw a ton of media. What I learned, I don't go to Trump events looking to learn. Rarely there's a lot of education being given out. The indictment, what you did see is a media circus, amplified by a few MAGA faithful who were not going to be at all thwarted by any information about this upcoming trial, and then folks like Marjorie Taylor Greene and George Santos coming in to try to get some of that shine.
George Santos was there. You asked him about where he went to law school, Stanford, Harvard. That was really great. And then the volleyball legacy. Did you get any answers on that?
You know, he's still quiet about it. I think America, this is why you send a comedian into the field, is there's questions Americans have about our volleyball history as a nation. It's not in books. And so if Santos won't answer these questions, how else are we supposed to know?
So Santos has not announced that he's running for president, but other people have. They're going to challenge Donald Trump. How do you feel about the Republican field?
I don't see anybody who's actually offering a different point of view outside of Donald Trump. DeSantis seems to want to run alongside him, and I think when I talk to folks in the MAGA universe, there's interest in DeSantis, but nobody's letting go their big red hat yet. And I think until somebody grows enough of a backbone to say, I'm not him, I'm me, he seems to be the choice.
Well, listen, Donald Trump's core base is still extremely strong, despite the fact that he's been indicted and other cases are waiting in the wings. And now we're all looking at the Dominion case this week. Do you think that there's anything that will come out of that case that could change their minds? How do you think they're looking at that particular trial?
Now, I mean, frankly, I think where they're going to go for their news, they're not going to hear about this case. Fox isn't going to talk about it. I don't think Newsmax or OAN is going to make that center stage. And yet, they've sort of been conditioned to take any information that's not pleasing to their worldview as something to dismiss it completely.
So you're guest hosting this week. You are well known for those field pieces. I wonder what kind of field pieces we can expect this week and kind of guess, because what's been interesting is each guest host has had an interesting perspective on the kind of guests that they want to talk to on the show.
And want to put their own spin on it.
That's right,
Yeah. I mean, I love going out into the field, and I wanted to bring field elements into the show this week. I went to the world's largest gun show in Tulsa to talk about American gun culture. So you're going to see me there. I went and talked to
Did you talk to any gun CEOs? Tony and I have been talking about this. Were there any people who actually are CEOs or gun manufacturers there at this gun show event?
They do not want to talk to me for some reason.
I figured.
Gun CEOs don't return my text messages, but gun owners tend to talk to me in a parking lot. And I got to see the gun show loophole happen in real time. People bring out money, they're in a parking lot, they show a gun, and they exchange hands. And so that was sort of mind-blowing for me to see that up close. I'm also going to talk to Gretchen Whitmer, AOC. I kind of went out into the world. I want to bring kind of important conversations to this week.
Why do you want this job? Does your mom want you to get it? Most moms are always pulling for their kids, but does she want you to get it?
My mom,
did she say to you?
My mom is the best. We're from Kalamazoo, Michigan, and she says, drop that Midwest nice and tell them what you want. I would love this job. I've been a fan of The Daily Show since I was a little kid. Jon Stewart started 47 years ago, and so I've been watching ever since, and a chance to sit behind the desk, work with such great, talented folks. I'm looking forward to a great week.
Would you change it up? Would you want to change it up?
Would I change the show up?
Yeah.
I'd totally change it up. I think late night is constantly evolving. I think you have to bring in new voices, whether they're sitting next to you or you're talking to them. You also have to go out into the world. I think a benefit that I have is I talk to real Americans. I see those experiences, and I think we cover news in real time. We're the only late night show when the indictment happened that had somebody who was there that day.
Yes, yes.
I hope you can remain friends with all of your former colleagues who are also trying out for this job.
That's right.
Those tensions have been frayed for years.
Not coming back.
Yeah.
Jordan Klepper, thank you very much.
Drop that Midwest nice. That's what Mom said.
You can watch Jordan guest hosting The Daily Show tonight on Comedy Central. Time? What time? At 10 p.m.?
11.
11 p.m.